I'm like nervous to make this video today. I don't know why, but Friday was the biggest day of my photography career, hands down. I released my new book, Memento. It's available now. It's the first link in the description on this video. You can check it out. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the story behind this, what motivated me to create this project, how the pages are laid out, and the story that I intended to tell with this. But this book is for anyone who has followed me over the last 6 years at this point. There's photos from way back in 2016 in this book, and it's definitely the best thing that I've ever created. And if you want to support the channel, you want to support me making more pictures and hopefully one day creating another body of work, you can pick up a copy and I greatly appreciate it. And also, presets are half off to celebrate the release of this book. That's until December 2nd. But the inspiration behind Memento is, like I mentioned, taking the last essentially 6 years, 7 years at this point of my photography and putting it into one book that tells a story. Now, the story of this book is that life goes full circle. If you followed this channel from the beginning, you know that I started with a lot of street photography. That's what I kind of got known for essentially. And then as I guess I got tired of street photography or a little bit burnt out with it, I started to explore new things that inspired me. Those things were small towns and kind of more William Eggleston-esque type photos that were based on composition and taking everyday scenes and making them interesting. And if you've continued to follow me over the course of this journey, you know that after 2020 and all the events that happened there were finished, I've slowly gotten back to street photography over the last really 2 years. I had an amazing trip to New York. I've made some great photos in Atlanta, and that is the story behind the layout of these pictures. You're going to see that journey and that progression of me starting with street photography, moving through all these different things that inspired me, all this travel that I did years ago, and then it all leads back to where we are now. Now, something I did with this book that I feel is pretty unique to photo books is I wanted to curate every page to essentially feel like a gallery wall would feel. Curation is something that I absolutely love about photography. I talk about photo sets and how they can have so much more impact on a viewer. And in this book, I wanted to relay that in the best way that I could. So every single page is laid out with multiple photos. There's actually only one page that has one photo on one photo on the other. And that page actually represents sort of a transitional moment for me in me, I guess, moving on from events that happened in my life. But this curation style was taken from my last book, Stops Along the Way. And what I did in Memento was I wanted to combine elements of Stops Along the Way and my first book, Something to Say. Essentially, those books had massive production issues. I couldn't maintain having those books in stock, and they were bodies of work that I was extremely proud of. So earlier this year, when I basically accepted the fact that I would no longer be able to produce those books, I wanted to figure out a way to pay homage to those books and create something new with all the photos that I've made since I released my last book. And that is what Memento is. It's taking inspiration and some photos from those previous two projects, putting them together with all the work I've created up until this point to have a solidified, cohesive body of work. One thing this has reinforced for me is my absolute love for photography and also the competitive spirit that I have inside myself. I know people say art's not about competition, but for me, I want to be the best I possibly can be. I want to make things that inspire people, that are beautiful, and this book is the best I've ever done at that. I couldn't be more proud of it. I put so much time into curating these photos. When you flip through this book, you can tell every photo is made by the same person. There are no stones out of place, I guess you could say. And I'm really excited, and I'm just happy to share it with y'all. I'm happy to have your support, and I greatly appreciate everyone who's watched these videos over the years, and I'm excited to see what I can do next. With getting this book out, with solidifying the last years of this channel and my photography into a body of work in this book, I feel like I have an open canvas to do and make whatever I want in the future, and I'm excited to bring y'all along with that. And I'm hoping to figure out a way to sort of get back to the old days a little bit. This has been something I've talked about so much on the channel, but I really loved the way I was making videos prior to 2020, and my life has changed a lot, the internet has changed a lot, but getting to the point where I can figure out how to find a balance to get back to that would be great. So like I said, Memento is now available. It's in stock and shipping. First link in the description on today's video. I'll actually catch y'all again tomorrow. We have a really cool iPhone street photography video coming out, but until then, have a great day. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you in that next video.